So can you please explain what is Active Directory Certificate Services?
Yeah, so we already have a presentation ready with us, and we will also showcase the practicals. So let's go to our PowerPoint presentation, and then we will show the practical component as well. So yeah. Okay. So now, as you asked me, what is ADCS?
Yes.
So simply, ADCS is a server role in Windows Server operating system that enables organization to build public key infrastructure. So using this infrastructure, they can have asymmetric encryption, as well as they can also use digital certificates to provide various kind of applications, be it code signing or file encryption, as well. It also provide client authentication as well. So the client can be your users and computers. So think of it like HTTPS, because HTTPS also uses the same kind of public key infrastructure. So right, that in HTTPS also we use asymmetric encryption, as well as the use of digital certificate for encrypting the web traffic. Similarly, in ADCS, it also uses the same kind of asymmetric encryption, as well as the use of digital certificate for operation that I just explained, be it code signing or client authentication, or you want to encrypt some file, you can do it with the ADCS.
So can you please explain what role does ADCS play in our real life environment?
Yeah, so let's suppose there is a client and they want to implement certificate based authentication. They don't want to rely on your normal symmetric authentication. They want to be basically they want some let's say they want to be smart card logon. So for that you have to use Active Directory Certificate service, so that you can install the certificate on the device, and you can just log on to through that. Apart from that, let's suppose that there is let's suppose that the client wants to, but there is so they want to sign some code so that it cannot be tampered with this. Okay, if there is a tampering, they can detect it. So for that also they can use code signing. So this kind of application ADCS has. Okay.
So what are the common uses and importance of ADCS?
So yeah, the common uses is the same thing: client authentication, code signing, file encryption, and email encryption as well.
Basically to maintain the CIA.
Yeah, correct.
So guys,
go to the next slide.
Okay, components.
So let's talk about the components of ADCS. So first of all, we have certificate authority. So it is a trusting entity that is responsible for the issuance of digital certificate. So the CA server is the one on which the Active Directory Certificate server role is installed. Then we have a certificate templates. So certificate templates resides in the CA, in your certificate authority, and it serves as a blueprint, and it has predefined configurations for certificates. So basically, what as a user, let's suppose there is a user who wants to authenticate to the certificate authority. So basically, let's suppose there is a user and they want to access a certificate. Okay. So what they will do, they will ask a certificate authority to give a certificate for a specific template. So and then the CA will verify that, and it will send you the certificate for that template. So that's your certificate. And it also has a web enrollment service. So now what the web enrollment service? So
today we are going to talk about it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So when you are installing Active Directory Certificate services, so at that time you can also enable this certificate enrollment web service. So what it does, basically, you can ask certificates via your web browser, and already a web server is running on the certificate authority, and then you can just via your browser you can ask the server to request a certificate. So let's suppose there is a scenario, let's suppose there is a Mac system, they don't know about ADCS, so how they can get a certificate for themselves? So for that they can just visit the CA enrollment website, and they can ask certificate from there. So that's what our certificate enrollment web service is. Okay, so let's go to the next slide. Okay, so this is the same thing that I just explained. So let's say this client want to get a certificate for a specific template. So they will send a certificate signing request to the enterprise CA, and the enterprise CA will verify whether the template exists or not, and whether the user has the enrollment rights to get the certificate. If all things are correct, then the certificate authority will issue a certificate, and then client then use that certificate.